At 72, a man in Ohio collapsed from a silent heart rhythm issue, not during the day, but in his sleep, hours after a totally normal evening. He had no known heart problems, didn't smoke, and even went for a walk before dinner. But later that night, while sleeping, something went terribly wrong. And the root cause was one of 4 bedtime habits nearly every older adult unknowingly makes. In today's video, we'll uncover these 4 nighttime traps that may be aging your heart, damaging your brain, and shortening your life. Quietly and consistently? Stay until the very end, because the last habit is the most dangerous and also the most common. And I'll show you a simple evening adjustment that could help you sleep safer and feel stronger in just a few nights. I'm Dr. Eli Morgan. Over the past few decades, I've worked with thousands of adults looking to stay healthy, independent, and mentally sharp as they age. Whether it's sleep, heart health, or daily habits, I've seen firsthand how the little things you do each night can quietly shape your future. Section 1. Eating too late at night, one of the most underestimated threats to your heart and sleep health after 70, is a simple habit you've probably done your whole life. Eating dinner too late. Or worse, grabbing a heavy snack right before bed. For decades, your body may have handled late meals just fine. But as we get older, our digestive system slows, our hormones shift, and our ability to regulate blood sugar and inflammation weakens. That innocent bowl of stew at 8:30 p.m.? It could be what's spiking your nighttime blood pressure, disrupting your heart rhythm, or triggering silent inflammation while you sleep. Here's why timing your meals matters more now than ever before. After age 65, your stomach produces less digestive acid and your intestines move food more slowly. Your insulin response, the hormone that controls blood sugar, also becomes less efficient. If you eat a dense or high-carb meal too close to bedtime, your body doesn't have enough time to fully digest and metabolize it before you lie down. Instead of resting, your body goes into work mode, trying to process the meal, which can raise your heart rate and blood pressure at the very time your body is supposed to calm down and repair. Let me tell you about Dolores, a 77-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. For years, she enjoyed her comfort plate, a sandwich, some soup, and half a cookie. Right before turning in for the night, she thought it helped her relax, but she kept waking up around 1 or 2 a.m., sometimes short of breath, with her heart racing. Her doctor initially thought it was just anxiety. It wasn't. After tracking her meals and symptoms, they realized she was experiencing nocturnal hypertension, spikes in blood pressure triggered by digestion. And she's not alone. Research from the European Heart Journal found that late-night eating is associated with higher nighttime systolic blood pressure and increased risk of stroke, especially in older adults. Another study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience showed that seniors who regularly eat past 8 p.m. had significantly lower melatonin levels, the hormone responsible for deep sleep and cellular repair. And that's not all. Eating late is also linked to increased acid reflux, even in people who never had it when they were younger. The angle of your body when lying down allows stomach acid to creep up into your esophagus, irritating your throat and potentially increasing your risk of aspiration. When food or liquid accidentally enters the lungs, for seniors, this can lead to aspiration pneumonia, which is not only painful, but can be deadly if untreated. But here's the part most people miss. It's not just what you eat, it's when. Even a healthy meal like brown rice, lean chicken, or vegetables can backfire if eaten at the wrong time. The problem isn't always greasy food. It's your body's nighttime vulnerability. So what can you do? Try to finish your final meal at least 3 to 4 hours before lying down. If you're used to eating late, ease into it. Shift dinner 30 minutes earlier each week until your schedule resets. If you feel peckish before bed, go for a small sleep-friendly option. A few slices of avocado, a bit of Greek yogurt, or a magnesium-rich banana. Another powerful trick? Add a short walk after dinner, even just 10 minutes. This helps digestion, lowers blood sugar, and tells your body to start winding down. Remember, your metabolism at 70 is not the same as it was at 40. Your nighttime is now for restoration, not digestion. By moving your meals earlier, you reduce your risk of cardiovascular strain, boost your sleep quality, and give your body the chance to heal uninterrupted. Section 2. Drinking too much liquid before bed. You've heard it 1,000 times. Drink more water. But what most people won't tell you, especially after 70, is when you drink can be just as important as how much. In fact, drinking too much fluid before bed is one of the top reasons older adults experience poor sleep, dangerous falls, and even cognitive decline. And the scary part? It usually starts with something that seems healthy, like sipping herbal tea before bed or finishing that last glass of water just to stay hydrated. But here's the truth. After age 65, your body's fluid balance shifts dramatically. The bladder becomes more sensitive and less stretchy. Your kidneys continue filtering urine through the night, and the hormone responsible for slowing that process, vasopressin, declines with age. That means even a modest amount of fluid in the evening can fill your bladder enough to wake you up multiple times during the night. But waking up to pee isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. Picture this. It's 2:40 a.m. You wake up groggy and feel pressure in your bladder. You get out of bed too fast and your blood pressure hasn't caught up. You feel lightheaded, one step toward the bathroom and boom, you're on the floor. That's not a rare case. It's exactly what happened to Mr. Gerald Klein, a 79-year-old Navy veteran from Oregon. One winter night, he got up in the dark, tripped over a small rug, and suffered a pelvic fracture. His doctors later confirmed the underlying cause. Nocturia, or frequent nighttime urination, caused by evening fluid overload. It took Gerald nearly 6 months to regain his mobility. And it's not just falls you need to worry about. Frequent nighttime awakenings disrupt your deep sleep cycles, particularly slow-wave sleep, which your brain uses to detoxify and consolidate memories. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who get up more than twice a night to urinate have a 40% higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia over the next 5 years. It's a domino effect. Too much fluid, poor sleep, stress on your heart and brain, increased risk of falls and memory problems. Now, none of this means you should stop drinking water altogether. Hydration is still crucial for kidney function, blood pressure, and joint health. The key is timing and balance. Here's how to fix it. Front load your fluids. Aim to drink most of your water before 4 p.m. That includes soups, juicy fruits, and anything with high water content. Even watermelon or cucumbers can add to your total. Cut off large fluid intake 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you're thirsty after dinner, take a few sips. Not a full glass. Watch out for diuretics like caffeine and alcohol. Tea, coffee, and wine can all increase urine production even hours later. Switch to chamomile, rooibos, or warm milk if you need a bedtime beverage. Evaluate your medications. Some blood pressure pills, heart meds, and diabetes drugs act as diuretics and may worsen nighttime urination. Speak with your doctor if you notice a pattern. One final tip. Keep a night light and stable furniture near your bed. If you do need to get up, reducing your fall risk is essential. What seems like a harmless habit, a warm mug of tea before bed, could be silently draining your sleep, stressing your heart, and weakening your memory over time. Adjusting your hydration schedule is one of the easiest, most overlooked ways to improve your energy, safety, and cognition as you age. Section 3. Sleeping in a room that's too warm. It might feel comforting to crank up the heat or wrap yourself in thick blankets at night, especially if your feet get cold. But if you're over 70, sleeping in a room that's too warm can quietly put your heart, brain, and immune system under strain. Here's the surprising truth. Your body needs to cool down by about 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate deep sleep. If your bedroom is too warm, this process is interrupted, leading to restless sleep, dehydration, and even increased cardiovascular risk. The problem gets worse with age. As we grow older, our ability to regulate internal temperature declines. We sweat less, we retain more heat, and our blood vessels don't dilate as efficiently. This makes it harder for our body to cool itself, especially overnight when we're under layers and breathing slower. Let me introduce you to Clara, a 75-year-old widow from Atlanta who struggled with fatigue every morning. She thought it was just age catching up with her, until her granddaughter visited and noticed something odd. Clara was keeping her bedroom at 76 degrees Fahrenheit with 2 fleece blankets. Once she adjusted the room temperature and switched to lighter bedding, her sleep improved dramatically. No new medications, no supplements, just a cooler room. Why does this matter? When your body overheats at night, your heart has to work harder to cool you down. This raises your resting heart rate and prevents your nervous system from shifting into its recovery state. Instead of entering deep, restorative sleep, your body stays in a shallow, stressed-out sleep cycle, which is bad news for memory, immune function, and long-term health. Even mild overheating can dehydrate you in your sleep, and dehydration at night leads to thicker blood, making your heart pump harder and increasing the risk of clots. According to a study in Sleep Health, older adults who sleep in rooms above 72 degrees Fahrenheit experience more fragmented sleep and higher nighttime heart rates than those in cooler environments. There's also a lesser-known risk: nighttime confusion. In older adults, especially those prone to memory issues, a warm, stuffy room can increase the risk of nocturnal delirium, a temporary cognitive disturbance that can feel like brain fog or confusion upon waking. It's not permanent, but it's a warning sign. So, what's the fix? Experts recommend keeping your bedroom between 60 degrees Fahrenheit and 67 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal sleep. That might sound chilly at first, but your body will adapt, and thank you for it. Use breathable layers. Choose natural fabrics like cotton or bamboo instead of fleece or flannel, which trap heat. Ditch the space heater and instead try a warm foot soak before bed if you're cold. This helps draw blood to your feet and signal your body to start cooling. Try a fan or cracked window. Even a small air current can help regulate body temperature and improve oxygen flow. Switch to cooling pajamas. Moisture-wicking sleepwear helps avoid overheating without making you cold. And here's one more trick that works surprisingly well. Lower your bedroom lights in the hour before sleep. Bright, warm light, especially from overhead bulbs, tells your brain to stay alert. Use soft amber light to encourage your body to start cooling down and preparing for rest. You don't need sleeping pills or fancy gadgets to fix your sleep. Often, it's the environment sabotaging you. A cooler room helps lower your core temperature, encourages deeper, more restorative sleep, and protects your cardiovascular and cognitive health. Section 4. Sleeping in the wrong position. Most people assume that as long as they're sleeping, position doesn't matter. But if you're over 70, the way you sleep can directly affect your breathing, your heart, and even your risk of stroke. What's shocking is that the most common sleep position among seniors is also the riskiest. Let's talk about sleep posture, because while your mattress and pillow might seem like the biggest factors for rest, your sleep position determines how well oxygen flows, how your heart performs, and how much strain your body endures during the night. At a younger age, your airway is strong and resilient, your lungs expand fully, and blood circulates efficiently, no matter how you curl up. But as we age, muscle tone in the neck weakens, circulation slows, and the tissues in your throat become more collapsible. That's where sleep position starts to matter. A lot. Take Anthony, a 76-year-old retiree in California. He always slept on his back, thinking it was good for posture. But over time, he developed what doctors call silent sleep apnea, where breathing briefly stops dozens of times a night without the person knowing. His wife noticed loud snoring and occasional gasping, but Anthony had no idea. Over the next year, he felt more fatigued, confused, and short-tempered. A sleep study finally revealed the truth. His sleep position was obstructing his airway and putting tremendous pressure on his heart. Back sleeping, while comfortable for some, allows the tongue and soft palate to fall backward, narrowing the airway. This can cause snoring, poor oxygenation, and in many seniors, sleep apnea. Sleep apnea has been linked to hypertension, atrial fibrillation, heart failure, and even sudden cardiac arrest. But here's what most people don't realize. Even sleeping on your right side may not be ideal for your heart. A study published in the American Journal of Cardiology found that sleeping on the right side compresses the vena cava, the large vein that returns blood to your heart. For seniors with any type of heart dysfunction, this can worsen circulation, fluid retention, and cause more stress on the left side of the heart, the one responsible for pumping blood to the rest of your body. So, what's the safest position after 70? Sleeping on your left side. It's the most supportive for both heart and digestive health. Here's why. It allows gravity to drain lymphatic fluid more efficiently, which helps the brain detox overnight. It relieves pressure on the heart by improving venous return and making it easier for blood to circulate. It reduces symptoms of acid reflux and heartburn, conditions that become more common as the esophageal sphincter weakens with age. If you deal with joint stiffness, back pain, or shoulder discomfort, side sleeping can be made more comfortable with a body pillow between the knees or a rolled towel under the waist to support spinal alignment. Here are a few simple adjustments you can make starting tonight. Use a wedge pillow or raise the head of your bed slightly to prevent airway collapse and reduce reflux. If you tend to roll onto your back during sleep, place a pillow behind your back to keep your body tilted forward. Choose a medium firm mattress that supports pressure points without sagging. If you experience shoulder discomfort on your side, try placing a thin pillow under the arm or between the arms to prevent strain. One more note. If you're recovering from surgery, have breathing conditions like COPD, or are pregnant in rare older cases, sleep position can become even more medically relevant. In these cases, always consult a physician for individualized recommendations. We underestimate sleep posture because we're unconscious while doing it. But this single nightly habit, something you do for 6 to 8 hours straight, can either support your heart and oxygen flow or slowly chip away at your health night after night. It's time to become intentional. Adjust your sleep position tonight. You may breathe easier, sleep deeper, and even protect your brain and heart more than any medication ever could. Final thoughts. So let's recap. 4 bedtime habits seemingly harmless, yet silently working against your health, especially after 70. Eating too close to bedtime. It's forcing your body to digest when it should be repairing, raising your risk of heart strain and poor sleep. Drinking too much before bed. It might be waking you up, disrupting your brain's recovery, and even increasing your risk of dangerous falls. Sleeping in a warm room, it's likely overheating your body, making your heart work overtime, and blocking the deep rest your brain desperately needs. And sleeping in the wrong position, it can interfere with your breathing, stress your heart, and accelerate memory loss. Without you even realizing it, these aren't dramatic overhauls. They're small shifts. But when applied consistently, they can mean the difference between waking up groggy and inflamed, or clear-headed, well-rested, and stronger every single day. And the best part? You're in control. So I want to ask you something. As you listened today, did one of these habits sound familiar? Do you often wake up during the night, toss and turn more than you used to, or wake with a racing heart, stiffness, or dry mouth? If so, you're not alone. But here's the good news. Awareness is your first step forward. Now I challenge you. Pick just one of the 4 habits tonight. Just one. Maybe you move your dinner up by 30 minutes. Maybe you stop drinking fluids 2 hours before bed, or maybe you adjust your sleep position with a pillow and see how your body responds. Start small. See how you feel in the morning. And I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, share which habit you plan to change, or maybe one you've already adjusted and noticed a difference. Your stories not only help you commit, but they also inspire others who might be on the same journey. Your voice matters here. If you found today's video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone else over 60 who might benefit from this knowledge. Your support helps us continue creating clear, trustworthy advice, so we can all age with more strength, clarity, and confidence. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm Dr. Eli Morgan, and I'll see you in the next video.